Hello, Fantasticos. I'm getting ready to introduce the main selection for Wonders Unit 1, Week 4. Before we go on, please make sure you have your literature anthology open in front of you. I have prepared my Fab 4 sheet, and we're going to start with pages 72 to 74. Now, this is the Fab 4 sheet you've seen before, complete with the thoughts, questions, and epiphanies section. We're going to add a slightly different way to make sure we're getting to all of these parts this week. That's called the SQ3R method. The first part of that is to survey. When you survey, you get ready to make a prediction. You scan the introduction, the subtitles, the images, and any questions that there might be. So let's do that. All right, Into the Volcano, a volcano researcher at work by Donna O'Meara. Photographs by Stephen and Donna O'Meara. Essential question, how do natural forces affect Earth? Read how erupting volcanoes continue to change the landscape of planet Earth. And here's a little introduction section. Kilauea Volcano, on the southeastern side of Hawaii's Big Island, is one of the world's most active volcanoes. Not only has it erupted over 40 times in the past century, but it has been erupting almost non-stop since 1983. In the following memoir, volcano researcher and photographer Donna O'Meara describes the first time she was able to explore Kilauea on her own. She was hoping she would be able to photograph the volcano in action, and she wasn't disappointed. So here's a subtitle, Alone on Kilauea. And notice it changes color here, a Hawaiian hotspot. There's an interesting diagram I'll probably want to study a little more. That kind of looks like a cut open volcano. On the next page here, I see how volcanoes form in this green section. We have subduction, mid-ocean rift, and hotspot. And then there's a question. Stop and check, reread. What are 3 different ways volcanoes can form? Reread to check your understanding. So now I've done my survey and I'm going to predict what I'm going to see. It would be really tempting to say, I'm going to read about volcanoes. But I know I can be more specific. I can predict how volcano researcher O'Meara examined Kilauea. Now, that's a really hard word, so I'm going to go check and make sure I copied it correctly. Let's see, back to this front page. Kilauea. Kilauea. Okay, so I also think I'm going to read about how 3 different kinds of volcanoes form. And I remember them saying something about her being a photographer. So how O'Meara photograph Kilauea. Make sure I did it correctly. So that's my survey section. I go through the important information in the introduction, subtitles, images, and questions, and I use that information for just that one section to write as specific as possible of a prediction. This doesn't need to be very long, and it doesn't need to be incomplete sentences, but it's a very important part to get your brain ready to read a nonfiction text.